All right, welcome back to Onebar and Lupagus Show. I'm Onebar with Lupagus. We're going to be talking about something we don't want to talk about, and that is potential replacements for Will Reichard. We'll talk about that. This episode brought to you by Top the Tater, Midwestern's legendary dip. And I got to say quick, on their website, not only eat their dip, go to their website, and they got a bunch of fantastic recipes you can use Top the Tater for. They all look delicious. I'm going to use them on Football Sunday, so thank you to Top the Tater. But let's, I think we can preface this by saying we don't want any of these options. They're all much worse. They're horrible.
I don't like these options. When I hear the news about Will Reichard, the only thing that made me feel better was dipping some chips in Top the Tater. But yeah, it's just, it's weird too, not just Will Reichard, but there's a lot of kicking injuries this year. A lot of teams have kickers on IR, and the cupboard is quite bare when you're looking for a replacement.
Cupboard is butt naked. And so with Will Reichard, it's a quad injury. They still are kind of him and Han. There were reports that we're actually bringing in kickers tomorrow, so that shows how kind of serious this is. It's a quad injury. He had the injury in 2019 in college, was an issue, ended up coming back, kicked his balls off, had a fantastic career. But this might be like weeks we're talking about, weeks.
You just saw how much pain he was in yesterday, like doing the kickoffs. He was definitely, he was feeling it. It was hurting him. So, yeah, a guy with a big leg, you can't have an injury to your kicking leg. It's not a good thing. So let's talk about some of these options who could be that multi-week replacement for Will Reichard.
Yeah, they're bad. And you know what? We got 4 names. And you know what? Maybe it'll just be someone just completely random. I was looking up teams that were working out kickers recently. These are some of the names that were out there. These are some of the top free agent ones out there. Let's start off with one that at least has Vikings ties, that it sounds like he's going to be one of these guys coming in. Is John Parker Romo, a guy we signed last offseason and basically just moved on from him immediately after Will Reichard.
Yeah. Again, the time that signing was weird. It was like the second day of free agency. The Vikings go out and sign this kicker no one's ever heard of. He's been on some practice squads, never kicked a kick in the NFL. But he's been here. He was here to what? When did we actually release him? Was it not? Did he make it to August? I'm trying to remember what it was.
I don't think so. I think he was cut before that.
And then he had that weird tweet, like kind of like throwing a little bit of shade at the Vikings for releasing him. Like, how dare they release him?
I'm surprised. Let's cut to the chase. He's never kicked a kick in the NFL.
No.
I hope he never does. I hope it's not with the Vikings. No offense, man. Maybe he ends up being the best kicker in the league. Let's get somebody in here that's kicked the ball before a few times.
Yeah, I mean, they know him. They're familiar with him. They've seen him kick plenty of times. At least they know a little bit what they're getting. Don't know him in a game situation, but at least they're familiar with the guy. So, again, probably bottom of the barrel of the options here.
I know some people. Doesn't mean I want to hang out with them.
Yeah. Yeah, I get it. Another one.
And people know me and don't want to hang out with me. So I got to be clear about that as well.
Another name on the list, Cade York. Cade
Yuck, more like his career field goal percentage is 70.6. And it's funny, Washington just traded for this guy at the end of August. And he first week he missed 2 field goals. They cut him. Is that we're done here?
4th round pick of the Browns in 2022.
4th round pick?
Is a 4th round pick. And yeah, usually when you draft a kicker that high, you're hoping for the best. But it seems like a lot of those kickers who are drafted early just do not pan out. Cade York, I would not feel very confident if he's lining up any meaningful field goals for the Vikings.
No, I can't believe he's a 4th round pick. So yeah, Cade York. All right, let's keep going. Randy Bullock, the old man on the list. Last kicked, was it last year? I think it was for the Giants a little bit. Career field goal percentage, 83.4%. Like, spoiler alert, but this is probably the guy I'd want him to sign. I had to close the Top the Tater website because it was like I was green.
Oh,
sorry. If you were concerned about my skin tone, I look like the Grinch.
Yeah, Randy Bullock. He's kicked for a lot of different teams. Like you said, 2023. But I mean, he's been fairly consistent. So this is kind of the route I wanted to go, just the veteran guy. Like, we already got a young kicker in Will Reichard. I just rather have a veteran come in here and be that replacement for a short time and not some guy who's never kicked.
Yeah. So like Randy, he's, to me, he's the best way. He's most battle tested. Let's just say that.
Oh, he's battle tested.
He's battle tested. Sometimes he wins the battle. Looks like a lot of times he loses the battle. Unfortunately. We got one more, and this is Anders Carlson, which is absolutely disgusting. He's on the Niners practice squad. So Moody went out with an injury. Sounds like Moody's going to be back. Anders Carlson, Packers was not great last year. They ended up cutting him. He was a 6th round pick. Missed 5 extra points last year.
Yeah, against us too.
84.2 career field goal percentage.
The brother of our former kicker, Daniel Carlson. You know what, though? With the Niners, he's 5 for 5 on field goals, so maybe he's got it figured out. Maybe he's got it figured out.
I know he's missed at least 1 extra point with them, though, which has been his MO. And I don't want Anders Carlson strictly because if we sign him and he misses field goal, Packer fans will have a heyday with it.
Looks like he's missed 3 extra points.
This year?
He's made 3 or 4. He's made 3 or 4. You're right. Yeah, but and if he's on the practice squad, we can't work him out. He has to be just signed straight up.
So you know what? This guy's too good. We don't need a workout. He's coming home. He's coming home now. Yeah. So it'll be interesting to see who they bring in. I'm just picturing weird names, just random weird college guys that have never I'm just picturing something weird, but maybe not. Maybe not.
And we did with the punters. There's a bunch of punters we never heard of before, so we could do the same thing with the kicker. But yeah, I hope as a veteran. I mean, there's maybe some other guys out there who haven't officially retired yet that maybe they'll dust off too. But I don't know. We'll see. And I'm curious to see that list that they work out tomorrow. Who's on?
David Lee Murphy, "Dust on the Bottle," one of the best songs ever.
I always thought it was "Dust on the Bayou."
Wasn't. It was Dusty Bottle, just like some of these dusty kickers. So let us know in the comments which kicker you hope to sign. Like you said, nobody wants this. This is the worst. We don't want any of these guys. We want Will. We want Will to be back. He's so good. And that's John Parker Romer down in the corner, by the way.
I was going to say, he actually looks pretty cool.
He does look cool. We'll keep tabs on the kicker situation. Remember, top to tater, plethora of dips, and like I said, check out those recipes. You got some dandies. Yeah,
I've used it in cheese potatoes before, and it turned out fantastic. Also, guys, remember this: the first election to use a voting machine was in 1892.